So today I have a project, a small simple weekend project that I've made, and it is called a spider catcher or a spider catching gun or whatever you like to call it. I got an inspiration to make it from a creator called Kipkay. It was a very long time ago, very old video, but looking at different spider catchers now, this seemed very practical and just wanted to make it, so I thought I'll show you the steps of making it with you. For this, you'll need a PVC pipe. You can use any diameter, but generally don't go very big. I have a 20 millimeter diameter PVC pipe, and the rest of the fittings are in accordance with that. Then there is a T connector. I just found a black one, didn't have a white one. And then something which you can include a 45-degree elbow connector and a extender or an expansion slot, which you can make a collector into. I've drilled some hole at the bottom of that to let the air out, and then an elbow connector if you want to make a rear extension of this with the air can, and obviously a jubilee connector or hose clamp. So this can be made in different iterations. You can either have this separate bend at the rear end to make it holding a little bit easier, or you can just mount this all together with this side, extend this portion a little bit further, and just have everything in all together in one place, extend the pipe from here to here again. The other thing would be that if you are planning to put this air can right with this area, maybe extend this part a little bit further down so that you have more space to add the air can over here. Again, different iterations can be made of this. It's just the one that I made and I thought was more ergonomic and simple for me. So using a hacksaw, I've made some cuts here already. My PVC pipe is still there, but I made this longer cut, which you can make anywhere from 15 inches to 22. I made one just long enough so that anyone at home can use this and still be able to reach a spider up in the corner of the roof. Got an end cap, plastic end cap for a PVC pipe. Already drilled holes into it just so that there is enough area for the air to go out of and it can still catch the spider very nicely. As you can see, I already had to do a little bit of cutting and expanding and a little bit of sanding with the help of a Dremel to help it adjust with this expansion slot. I call it expander. I don't exactly know what this is called. So, but this works out pretty nicely, and I just used a heat gun to make it help it fit nicely into the slots. Only these two parts were a little bit out of proportion, so that's where I had to use a heat gun. Everything else fitted very nicely and snugly with the fittings that I bought together with the 20 millimeter pipe. Again, depending on what size diameter of the PVC pipe you want to get, make sure you get the fittings according to that size. So this is just a bit of a mock-up of how everything will go together. So this pipe will go with the T-junction here and another small portion of 4-inch pipe behind it. I don't have a spare elbow connector here, so elbow connector can go here, or again, if you're not doing this iteration and you don't want to do the rear handle, you can just attach this longer part over here instead of the smaller portion here. And if you attach the longer part here, and if you want to include it, you can. If you don't, completely fine. And in putting in a 45-degree connector here, or if you don't want to include one, you can just connect it directly here. But again, with this specific expander, I had to use the heat gun to fit it properly on that. Again, for your ease, just make sure the sizes and of the fittings that you get are able to fit on the pipes easily, so you don't have to go around looking for other tools. But if you have them, good enough. You just fit them on here, and make sure when you do this, you close this rear part so that when you have drilled on top of this T-junction here and you have put in the hose from the air duster or the compressed air can, it doesn't leak back out here. You have to block the rear pathway of the air so that it goes in through here, out this way, and it can create a suction pressure at that end of the pipe where you will be able to catch the spider and it will go into the collection system. And if you're doing this iteration, you'll still need to block this end of the T-junction by placing a small piece of cut plastic or introduced diameter over here. So this rear part is only for holding. The air should not go back in this part. It should have a pathway from this way all the way down into the collection system. So this is where I drilled the hole on top of the T connector, just so, and put in the small air hose, air pipe that connects with the air duster. It goes directly on top, and when this is pressed, when the air is released, it goes and pressure goes directly in here, and the air is rushing out through here while causing or creating a negative pressure over here, which creates a suctioning effect. So this is a hose clamp I bought off separately from Amazon, very cheap to buy. I just got one with this, so that in the future if I need to change the air can, it's just easy enough to do that. Again, remember to put a cap here, a small piece of plastic, so that, or just go and glue it in place so that the air does not go back in here, and there's just a system of air from over here coming down in here. You can get any air duster, any air can, whichever works for you, and it just works really nicely. I don't have any spider at the moment to catch or show you, but I have another YouTube short that I made, and I'll put a link of that in the description below to show you how it works. Pretty humane. It does not cause any injury or death of the spider after you've collected it. You can just take this part off and let the spider off in the nature.